Can you tell us a bit about the casting process, getting involved with the project? Walk us through your journey from the start.
I remember when the casting call went out for Echo and they were looking for a deaf individual in their 20s. I wasn't quite sure if I wanted to audition for this role because I've only acted in a few projects before. None had really lines like this one would. But I decided to go for it and submitted my audition. Didn't hear anything for 6 months, so automatically assumed I didn't get it. Ended up getting a call back. Again, there was a 3-week waiting period, so assumed I didn't get it. I finally got a call that the director wanted to meet with me. On the day, it ended up being canceled. So yet again, thought for sure I didn't get it. Oh, no. Turns out that it was actually canceled because he didn't want to meet with me. He just wanted to offer me the role. I was so excited. I never actually, as you can see, thought that it would happen in my life. So for me to be here in Echo, in this Marvel production, this has all just been such an amazing, this is probably the best part.
Congratulations. Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
Tell us a bit about Talawa and how she fits into Maya Lopez's world.
Talawa herself is a deaf Indigenous woman, and she fits in her world because obviously both deaf and Indigenous, and they decided to make Maya's mother deaf so that you can see the generational pass down between them. We want to see that she had deaf family so that she wasn't the only one in the family, because we wanted her to really tie into that familial connection. So we wanted Maya to be able to live in both worlds. So she has that deaf mother to look up to, and she also has the Indigenous family as well.
Incredible. Can you tell us what you hope the audiences will take away from Echo?
I hope that the audience will be able to see that familial connection that we're really trying to emphasize. I'm obviously hoping that they take the Indigenous representation as being able to see themselves on the screen, so that they can see that this was shot from both perspectives, Indigenous perspective, a deaf perspective. There were Indigenous voices involved in the cast, in the crew, in the writer's room, and everything. So I'm really hoping that that comes across to the audiences.
Thanks for taking the time to chat with me.
Yeah, oh my gosh, thank you.
Now, one thing I know about you is that you love a good challenge. You screenwrite, you directed, going from a comic. Shout out to D.W. Watterson over there. We're back. And now you're here in the MCU. Not once, but you have 2 roles in the MCU. What drew you most to the role of Bonnie?
I actually had no idea what the character was going to entail. When the casting breakdown was originally listed, they had a fake name for her. Her name was Julie. They had some fabricated size. Like, Marvel's under lock and key, so like there was no script. So I was just like, I don't know what I'm auditioning for. I know it's for Echo, but I saw that Sydney Freeland would be at the helm, and I had a chance to work with Sydney on Rutherford Falls as well as Reservation Dogs before, so I knew it was going to be something special. And Sydney comes with like such a distinct directorial voice, so I was able to send in an audition, and then I connected with Sydney before the callback, and she gave me a little bit of insight into the world. When auditioning, I had to learn some ASL, which I didn't previously know before the project, but that was the very beginnings of it. But the original reason why I wanted to get on board was because of Sydney.
Now you reunite with a lot of your Reservation Dogs castmates again here. What was that like this time around? And they're completely different circumstances, bigger budget, bigger set. What was that like?
I mean, I come from indie film. Like, I am used to projects like Backspa that shoots for 17 days on like a low budget indie Canadian feature, and but then getting to go from Reservation Dogs, where we shoot every episode in like 4 or 5 days, to working on the MCU, where we have all of the resources at our disposal, like incredible sets, beautiful cranes, like unbelievable choreographed fight sequences, was really cool because it centered Indigenous communities and specifically the Choctaw Nation, but on such a like well-funded and like MCU stage. I mean, come on, it's Marvel.
I expect that every time now.
I mean, I could never expect this. I'm getting spoiled right now, and this is never gonna happen again. Hey!